Right. Hello, guys. Welcome back to Rosalia Shiweva official YouTube channel. Today, I'm not alone. I'm really enjoying this segment where I speak to others because that means we get to share stories, share impactful stories. Welcome to this YouTube channel. If it's your first time being here, please subscribe. Also, as you listen, let us know in the comment section and share this video with others. I'm Rosalia Shiweva. And I'm joined by my amazing friend, Jay Stone. He's going to share with us an amazing story. And welcome so much. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me also.
Okay. Please introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay. Hello, everyone out there. My name is Jonas Stone Kapia. They call me Jay Stone. I'm just an ordinary Namibian citizen, so yeah.
Apparently ordinary.
Yeah, and I'm really happy to be here today also.
Thank you. Today, I wanted us to share your story of after university, the journey you went through until you got your green tunnel, so to say. Because I know there are a lot of people who are studying so well in university and they pass, they get into university, they graduate, and after that, they go in a journey of finding a job. Just the same as I just recently came back from China. I have to find a job. I have to settle down, which is a journey on its own. But today we are really about speaking on your journey.
Yeah.
Maybe I want you to take the people back to the roots where you grew up, where you came from. Maybe just highlighting, where did you grow up? Which village in Namibia? Which town? Where did you go to high school? And when did you graduate from high school? Yeah, maybe you can give us a little bit of your background.
So I grew up in a small village called Oshima. It's very close to Onakayale in Ombalanu, 4 kilometers out of Outapi on your way to Oshakati. That's where I grew up. All my childhood memories are there. I schooled, the primary school that I have attended. I started at Nakayale Primary School from kindergarten up to grade 4, and then I went to a school in Anamlenge, just next to Kanizianum. There's a school called Anamlenge Primary. It's called Olaile. I think that's like a nickname. So I stayed there for a grade 5, and then I went for a grade 6 at Okavu Combined School. Now it's named after the late John Pandyan.
Okay.
And then from there, I came back to Nakayale. I think, grade 6, I kind of messed up and I almost got dropped out of school. And then I came to Nakayale. And when I came to Nakayale, it was 2005. I remember getting my letter now. You know, when you are when they like dismiss you from the other school, they chased you. Now you have to go look for a school. I came with a letter, I written all the bad things. I brought it to the principal of Nakayale Combined School. That time it was Mentamona. And she just looked at it and she's like, shuna kosa si to tampola. So I went back home. There was my grandmother. That grandmother is a sibling to my biological grandmother. Because that time my grandmother who was raising me was in the hospital. So, and they had no idea that at school I didn't used to go to school. So now I have to go there and explain. And all I said is just, I got this paper, they don't want me anymore. So
they don't want me anymore.
She had to come, and then she was not familiar because she just came to her sisters because our grandmother was at school. I mean, was at the hospital. Now she came, and then she looked at the paper. She had no idea. So she accompanied me. So like that, I had to explain out to her, and then I had to explain to the principal, and then the principal sat me like for 2 hours, if I'm not mistaken. Talking to me, motivating me. What do you want to come when you grow up, and what, all those things, and then. She was like, I'm going to put you in grade 6. You are going to repeat it. And if I just hear a single mistake that you do, you are out of my school. So that conversation really touched me. And from there, I changed totally. I just became a nice person. And I thank her so much. Everywhere I see her, anytime I see her, I'm just so thankful. And she's proud of me, man.
Aww.
So yeah, I schooled there at Nakayale now, and then I completed grade 10.
Yeah.
I was actually very talented. I was one of the students, star students. I never got position number 1. I think in grade 6 I got position number 1, that one. And then I've been just second, third. But I remember I was number 7 when you completed grade 10.
Yeah.
There was a guy's name is Joseph Joram. We had the same points, and I was number 7, but I was like the best male.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So from there I went to Rakana High School.
Okay.
That's where I came to meet you.
Yes, that's where we met.
Yeah. So in grade 11 and grade 12 I scored there.
Yeah.
Now grade 11 it was really nice. I had a supportive aunt by that time, Nangula Kapia. It's my father's elder sister. So it was nice, man. Like every time you come home at the weekend, home weekend, you just come out with the list, and then she checked what do you need, because she was also a school teacher, so I think she understood. It was my first time at the hostel, so she would just buy for me and then I come. So unfortunately she didn't last long while I was in high school. Grade 11, I think, after the holiday she passed on. Yeah, so and everything changed. I was affected so bad that I think grade 11 the first semester, we used to have 2 semesters most.
Yes.
So the first semester, it was the last of me scoring more than 30 points. So it just dropped. In August there, everything dropped. I failed the August semester. And then December, I think I only passed with 25 points. And I got my first U that year. And it was bad. It was also bad because I was struggling to cope with the situation at home, whereby that story of coming home with a calist and everyone is buying was not there anymore. It was now a struggle. My father took over, and growing up, me and my father didn't really have a good a good relationship. So it was just a push and pull. But yeah, I managed. I went to grade 12, but then it was getting worse. So I think I failed again in the first semester in grade 12, and then I failed again. I made a decision, like I must leave home. I must go to my mother's family if I want to pass. Otherwise, I wouldn't pass, because everything changed so much, and it wasn't easy. So I went to my mother's family, but it was also challenging because it was far now. It's this side of Gorume, and you have to come through Oshakati, Wakana. It's a long distance, and there was an uncle of mine who was our neighbors. We spoke, we had the conversation, and he's like, "No, you don't have to go there. You can come to me, my house. You study here." And I was very lucky in it. And you just study. I provide an environment that is good for you to study. He bought me those enormous booklets and excellence, and because he could see, man, because he was also he was so close to my aunt, and he really understood. So he bought me those books. I studied, and I managed to score, I think, 26 points with a C in English in August.
Yeah.
So those are the points that I'm supposed to apply with. And then there was Tahangoni. You remember?
I know.
There was a teacher there.
Yes.
But then I don't know, there was a guy called Kadila. Kadila, it was a young man. We schooled together at Nakayale. Before I went to Wakana, where I found Pahango, that Pahango is Kadila's uncle. So I met him through Kadila. So when I went to Wakana, he was. So we started connecting. Pahango didn't stay long at
that time.
So he went, but he kept coming back, and then he checked up on me, and then we used to have those heart-to-heart conversations.
Yes.
Yeah. So he also knew my stories, and he understood my stories. So every time he comes, because I remember the other nephew was also at Rakana. His name was Onesimus. The Kaboy was in grade 8 by then. So I come visit the Kaboy with a plastic. Mine also. So he was like, you know what? Just study hard. I'll bring for you the forms. Those times, the forms you used to buy them, I think, or you used to pay for them when you're submitting them.
Yes.
Brought me UNAM's form, NAST form.
Wow.
That time I was Polytechnic. So I filled in, even the NASFAF one,
Yeah.
we had to submit a score.
Yeah.
So I filled in. He came to get them again after some weeks.
Wow.
He paid for them. Yeah.
Wow.
So I applied after August.
Yes.
December, I only managed to get 26 points and with a D in English. And that was it. I was happy because I passed.
Yes.
But I didn't get a C in English that I wanted.
Yeah.
So, but I was happy I passed. Yeah. That time, the relationship between me and my father was not really good because remember, I also left home and stuff like that. And it was just a lot because I was also like missing the people that I grew up with around my town because now I'm that side of Mgolome. So I passed. And then I had to go to Windhoek. I already got provisional acceptance letters from both UNAM and Polytechnic because I passed most
yes.
in August.
In August.
I wanted to go to UNAM so bad. So when I went to UNAM, they are like, no, you didn't get a C. So we are now at a C level. You didn't get a C in English. So we will not allow you to register for a bachelor. You need the C unless you start at a diploma level. There you qualify. That time NASFAF does not fund diploma. You have to pay for yourself. So I was there now, like, must I go to there? But who will pay for me? Okay. And just to give you a background also, my mom passed on when I was in grade 9. And yeah, my dad, like, you see, my parents, they sorry to say that, but they are not educated. They didn't reach that level.
Yes.
They did not have a job. So I'm just like, so like, I mean, I did not have a study policy.
Yes, they don't have any of those. Yeah.
So I depend on my father's siblings. Then the only sibling who was there by that time is my aunt that passed on, remember? So I have to depend on my father's siblings or cousins, and then my mother's siblings and cousins. But now I left my father's side, I went to my mom's side. So they took care of me. Accommodation wise, they only got me accommodation at Ombi, the ghettos.
In Windhoek now?
Yeah, ghettos. So it was a challenge also because now I was in my kambashu. I was put in my kambashu by my aunt, and she just got a job at NDF that time, and she was like, okay, you can stay in my kambashu. Me, I go stay there. I was grateful for that. But then the challenge is there's no electricity there, and it's a typical kambashu. You cook with what? What is that?
The stove, the gas.
Not even the gas, bruh.
The firewood.
Not the firewood, you put paraffin in it.
Oh.
Okay. Because she just started also, she was just establishing herself also.
Yes.
So now it was a challenge because from home, here now at Utapi, I am used to just come put on the light.
Oh, wow.
Switch on. Yeah, close to the road and stuff like that. So now I'm here there's no electricity, there's nothing. I'm in Windhoek apparently. In the north, it's more of like urban. Yeah. So now it was a challenge now. I got accepted in NAST. Sorry, I got accepted in NAST with my D. Yes. Because their qualification, their requirement was like you must have an E for you to do a bachelor. Yeah. So at UNAM, I applied for public administration. They didn't allow me because of I don't have a C. A C, yeah. NAST public administration was more similar to public management, so I went for public management. Okay. Now,
so let me take you to that point. So now you are in Windhoek, and you are living with your auntie or your cousin.
Literally, I'm just living alone. It was my aunt, but my aunt's place. But then when she got a job, she
left it for you.
Yeah. Sometimes she comes to the weekends.
Okay.
Yeah. But most of the time, it's my own. I'm just my own. Yeah.
And that means at this time, you are 19 years old.
That time I was...
or 20?
No, I was 20. Because I remember when I finished my grade 12, I was 19.
You're 19.
I went a step back because of the grade 6.
The grade 6, yes. Okay. you're 20 years old in Windhoek, which is the capital city of Namibia, and you're living alone in a ghetto. Yeah, because this is an informal settlement area, right? Does it have water? You said it doesn't have electricity, right? Does it have water?
Water. There's those communal taps, man, prepaid. You have to recharge a card, and then you go put. So yeah, you have to recharge a card. You go put in. And the thing is, it was also far from the road.
Yeah.
Because I remember, this side of, if you know Windhoek very well, this side of Ombili, I always get dropped at Mbete, but that's where I get a taxi. And then you walk through the street, you walk until where the tired road ends, and then you continue until where the electricity ends. And then you go down, and then you go down. I swear it's like two kilometers. So you have to go to you have to wake up early for you to go to the road, and it was dangerous also. So it was far.
Yes,
it was really far. So now I had the challenge of the 7:30 classes, because.
Now, before we get there, you are in Ombili, 20 years old. Mara, who are you mainly talking to for your needs? Is your auntie now?
Just my auntie and my uncle, my mother's sibling. Also, my auntie is my mother's sibling.
Okay.
My uncle is my mother's sibling. They are taking care of me, like that's how they're
with your needs.
That time, they provide taxi money. Monthly. I remember they used to give me 400.
Yes.
That time the taxi was just $80 taxi.
Yes.
Fare. Yeah. And I remember we used to, remember Rosvita Mos?
Yes, I know Rosvita.
She also used to reside somewhere that so we always met at the somewhere bus stop there somewhere in Mbili. Early in the morning. She used to go to Unam. Now, I had no idea about those buses and stuff because they were cheaper, man.
Yes, the buses were cheaper.
I was new in Windhoek. It's my first time in the city. I've never been in Windhoek before. So I just take normal taxis. So now the problem also is that when you wake up and you want to go to town early in the morning, you must be on the road before 7.
Yes.
Maybe at 6:30 there.
Yes.
So if you go there at around 7, you have to wait after 8 so that you can get a cab to town. That is just a trick. If you live in Katutura, you will understand this. So now 7:30 classes. Okay. Let me give you this picture.
Yeah.
You just new in the city. Now you are a nurse student. You don't have a PC. You don't have a laptop.
Yes.
And you need internet to do the assignments. You also need sometimes a computer to type the assignments. You don't have. So what do you do? They made a provision in the library.
Yeah.
That time the computers were limited, and there was an internet cave most.
Yeah.
Their internet that was so slow, and most of the people don't have computers, so it's a hassle getting a computer.
Yes.
So now my class used to end at 4:30, and after that you have a homework or you have a task and assignment that you need to do.
Yes.
I go to the library. Go to the library, you stay there for an hour hustling. You are talking to someone. The computer must, what time are you finishing? Please, I'm next.
Yeah.
Then you go to the other one, I'm next to you. So after that, then
I'm next to everyone.
But the person is also doing the assignment. You stay there for an hour or two, and then when they finish, you go. Sometimes you come there, I'm next. There's already that someone there already. That is next. So now it's a struggle now. You get the computer, you stay there for maybe an hour, 30 minutes. It's already 9 o'clock, and then the mic is calling, guys, pack up your things. The library is closing. Yeah, because it closes at 10, but by 9 or 9:30 somewhere there, you have to pack up and go. You get out of the library, you go to the taxi rank, get a taxi to Katutura.
Okay, let me cut you short. I mean, not cut you short, but I want the people really to follow the journey. So now you are in which University of Namibia or
Polytechnic, because they
said you cannot go in University of Namibia because you have a D instead of C. So you decided to be in Polytechnic, which is now Namibian University of Science and Technology.
Yes.
Studying a course called what?
Public management.
Public
Yeah, it's a
management.
bachelor
Okay.
degree.
And how long is it? Is it 3 years or 4 years?
It was just 3 years.
Okay, a 3-year bachelor degree in Namibian University of Science and Technology. All right. And now you're highlighted on waking up so early to catch the bus.
I was
And
actually
also-
coming there.
Yes.
So just let me finish that
Yes.
part. So you see, at 10 o'clock, you are getting a taxi to Mbilini.
Yes.
And then you get home. Now you are alone. You have to cook. Let's say you reach home, you get a taxi at 10. What time are you going to reach home?
You're 11, bro, like 12.
Yeah, you start cooking. You start cooking, you don't have a fridge, you don't have anything to give, so you just have to cook. What time are you going to finish cooking?
Like 12, 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, so let's say somewhere around 1:30 you are done eating, you are sleeping.
Yeah.
And then the next morning you have a 7:30 class. Will you manage waking up?
Hi.
So yeah, like that. now we can proceed to your question.
Okay, now I can proceed.
Yeah.
So you are now, another thing is you are living alone.
Yeah, I'm
You're
alone.
living alone.
Yeah, I got familiar with. I started making friends with. There was a guy. He was in his last year at UNAM. His ghetto was just next to mine. I also had a cousin. I think our mbashus were like maybe kilometers apart. But she used to go. These two used to go to UNAM also. So I started making friends there. Sometimes we hang out together, and yeah.
Wow.
So.
And how was now the university life now, which is 3 years for you?
University life was challenging.
Yes.
Okay, let's say for my father's family started discovering me, and then I remember, Gabriel Moscapia.
Gabriel Kapia, I believe.
Yeah, he was head of us at Rakana.
Yes.
I did not know he was my family, but he was in NAST that time. Also, he was in his second year. So but his name is also Kapia.
Yes.
So we linked up.
Oh.
Because from high school, we just used to call each other Mbusha because of the name Kapia. Rakami is my family also.
Okay.
So we linked up, and then my English was on distance. Full time was full. So now, normally you just send them your assignments, and then they mark, and then they send it to your PO box. Now I didn't want it to go to the PO box that I use at Utapi. I asked now Kapiane because Gabriel, and he was like, I use my cousin's PO box, so you can use it.
Yes.
And then when you receive it, you can. I will call you so that you can go get it.
Oh.
Yeah. Now that his cousin is my uncle now.
Oh.
So it happens that when he received it, he called me and like I received your assignments,
yes.
but your name sounds familiar.
Yes.
I need to see you because the last time I saw you, you were just a baby.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm so shocked to receive this. And I told him, no, it's Gabriel. And then okay, that one is my cousin. It means it's also my family.
Yes.
So now I went to him to go collect. That I even went for a weekend. That time he was a firefighter, paramedic of City of Windhoek. So we had he dug into my heart. He wanted to know, where have you been?
Oh.
What are you doing here and stuff like that? And he's like,
another heart to heart.
Another heart to heart. And why did you decide to study that and what and what? Where do you stay? No, I stay with my mother's families.
Yeah.
And yeah, funny enough, he's also related to me on both sides, my father and my father. That's how special my mother and my father. That's how special he is.
Was,
yeah, and he knows me very well. That's why he was so interested into me. So he's like, I'm going to like take you home. He took me home. Oh, we went deep down and like, are you serious? You stay here? Yes. And he's like, no, you know what? Because we were going into we were finishing off with the first semester.
Yes.
He just said, next semester you're not going to start here. You're going to stay with me. So I used to stay at the fire brigade flats. There was place of City of Windhoek employees there. It was a 3-bedroom, and he was just alone. And he's like, Gabriel will come from the hostel. You guys are coming to live with me.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it was nice for me. I got out
of that place.
Yeah. The same year, yes, I just stayed there for 1 semester. Now the challenging part is the results of the first semester came. I failed everything. I only passed one module. I failed everything. I think some of them I didn't even qualify. Yeah. Now there was a push and pull between my father's family and my mother's family, because now I got out of the
other place.
yeah. Then they are like, yeah, no, you're just supposed to be here and be strong here. Now why you tell stories like that? But I just left, and yeah, we started having this connection from my mother's family and stuff like that, and then I stayed there. Now it was so close to school, to Nast. I could just walk. It's a 30-minute walk.
Wow.
I could just walk to school. Everything was fine, and yeah, it was nice, man. So I results came again for December, and I don't know what happened again. I failed. I think I only passed one module again. So now it got worse now from my mother saying like, yeah, we told you going there is not the one that will make you pass and what. But uh, yeah, so from there, it's now a challenge. I have to go to the next second year most.
Yes.
Remember, this qualification is just 3 years.
Yeah.
And I only passed I think out of 12 modules, I only passed 2. Now I have to go forward. Then my uncle here is like, I was so shocked because I expected him to scold at me and stuff, but he was just like, I know, I understand. He just motivated me. So now, most when you are registering now for now, in the second year,
yeah.
Some of those modules are like prerequisite for
the other modules.
Yeah. So you are not allowed to take the modules of the second year while you are not done with these ones.
Yes.
So these are blocked. You have to register it's like their tails now, Mishila. You have to bring them also.
Yes.
So I was just maybe registering 2 modules of the second year, and then the rest
is the first year module.
Yeah. So it was a challenge, and then I kept pushing. So okay, very important. I got a loan, right, in the first year. I applied, I got a loan.
Okay.
Thanks to God. Now I failed
the modules for the first year.
Now I took the loan and they just put it on hold. Like, yeah, I know.
Okay.
Now I have to pay for myself. Who will pay for me is now my uncle. Them struggling, and they did what they had to do. They paid, luckily, and then I continued now. And then luckily I passed my second year. I passed.
Yeah.
I passed. I think I passed like 60% of my modules.
Yes.
And I remember writing a letter to NASFAP like, no, I passed this. These are my results. I passed now more than 60%. According to my contract, you said if I pass more than, I can get my loan back.
Yes.
So they gave it back.
Wow.
But it was just a 3-year contract, right?
Yes.
So now that second year I paid for myself. And okay, and then the third year, which is supposed to be a third year now, I still have modules now for the second year. Like, I just have a lot behind, man.
Yes.
So they paid for it for the third year, and then now it continues to the 4th year. Now they paid for it, and then they ended there because the contract is just 3 years. Now I still have a lot of modules to cover. So from 2014, then now 2013 I paid for myself. 2014 NASFAF, 2015 NASFAF, and then 2016 now I have to continue again.
Yes.
The rest now it's on me. So now do you have any question before I proceed?
No, you can proceed.
Okay. So now 2015 going into 2016 now, I had to like, life happened, and my uncle was young then. Now he was getting married, so things were changing. Yeah, even the relationship is like, he's going to get married, and he doesn't see us like staying together anymore and stuff like that. That time Gabriel also graduated already.
Okay.
And like, we have to start making plans and stuff like that. I don't know. He was thinking, apparently he's getting us maybe a place to rent and pay for it and stuff like that. But now me, in my mind, I'm like, guys, I felt like I was thrown away. So I'm like, oh, okay. What can I do? My mother's family now, it's like they don't even check up on me anymore. It's like, yeah, they think I belittled, and I was not grateful to be where they put me for accommodation. So they like, he must see what he will do.
Oh.
And now me and my father also like that. So I'm like, I just felt thrown away, and I'm like, I started to make my own plans. There's a guy, my friend that I
Yeah.
met also in NAST.
Yeah.
Because I changed to part time.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got that trick. I got it from Gibbs. Gibbs is very clever. It's like a J call, ne? So he's like, no, 7:30 classes they will not do for me. What I do is that I put my mode of study in part time.
Part time.
Early in the morning, you just sleep. You sleep. You do whatever you want to do during the day. The part time classes only start at 5 or 5:15 there. They end before 10. You come back home, it's still early, you do what you do. In morning, you sleep. So I went for that. So now, at part time, most of the students are just people that are working most.
Yeah.
So I met this friend of mine, and Alicia, as I call him, my best friend now.
Yeah.
So we started getting close to each other, and we were just so good. And we started hanging around and telling each other about life stories and stuff like that. So when we reached that point now, like no, and I think Uncle was also moving out of fire brigade also, and he cannot take us along. He's going to get married and start a family.
Yes.
So now I told my guy now about it, and he's like, no, me, I'm good. You can come stay with me, man.
Yes.
Yeah, that time he was really young, but he was already working.
Okay.
And he just took me in, and
wow,
you know, not everyone can do that. That's why I'm so grateful to him. So 20, that was now somewhere
16, 17.
It was actually somewhere in 2015 because my uncle got married in 2015 in September.
Okay.
So yeah, I stayed with that guy. He literally just became a brother, and we are not so. If you look at us, we are two different people. Like I'm talkative. He's a quiet guy.
Yeah.
And I remember when we go to school, because now he goes to work.
Yeah.
Me, I just come from
school.
From home to school.
Yeah.
But that time I started hustling also, because now no one is sending me taxi money anymore. I have to make a plan. So going to school, he has the car. Now we come back from school together.
Yeah.
I remember I just used the whole journey. I'm talking. Him is just until you reach home. He does not say any word.
I can imagine.
Yeah, we were just different, man. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just God, maybe. But yeah. So I stayed with the guy in 2015, 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
And then now, at some point, I started also getting to know my cousins. Most of my cousins and my family from my father's side, I didn't know them. I started getting to know them, and I don't know, maybe I'm just blessed, or maybe I'm just likable. Most of them, they just like me. Come for a weekend, you're coming for a weekend. And sometimes, I go stay for a week and stuff like that. They don't want you to go, but then he always like, also, Mike, when are you coming back?
Yes.
So I keep going back. Sometimes like now, from 2016, I just had modules behind most.
Yeah.
Now I'm paying for myself.
Yeah.
Uncle is coming in here and there supporting me. But I don't take, for example, if I have 4 modules to register for a semester or 6 modules, I take 2 or 3 that I know I can afford to pay, and then I moved on, and then like just the years are going, but at least I'm just taking
a few modules.
I think even the curriculum changed somewhere in the middle there, because I'm taking long now.
Yeah.
And then some modules were added, others were moved, but I added 2, and until finally 2018.
Wow.
Yeah, 2017 was the last year I did. There was 2 modules left.
Yeah.
And I finished them first semester and second semester, and then I graduated in 2018. So for a course that was supposed to be 3 years.
Yeah.
For a qualification that was supposed to be 3 years, I studied it 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017 for 6 years, like double. And I graduated in 2018.
Wow.
Yeah. So just going back also.
Yes.
Yeah. That uncle of mine now. The sister is their firstborn.
Yeah.
Apparently, what she is telling me now.
Yeah.
My late mom, Also, I must maybe make it clear that I didn't grow up with my late mom.
Yes.
It's a story. It's a funny story that I find. Some of these stories I'm just digging up when I'm growing, because now I'm more of a historian. I like stories most.
Yeah.
So when I meet elder people, I ask them like, what happened? How is it that I'm a full Kwanyama but I grew up in Ombalani and stuff like that? So now they are telling me, okay, I understand my grandmother was married in Kwanyama. So after the husband passed on, my grandfather now, she moved to Utapi, Ombalani. Yeah, with the kids now. But then I think my father went back to Panyama maybe to get a girlfriend there. So I was born there. Now, there were stories, safari stories, but I'm going to share it with the public.
Yeah.
So there were stories that, most of those things when Chashasha Wamiti governor when you impregnated, I need to be paid and what. And my father, I think my father was just those young boys, most guy like
enjoying life.
Yeah, enjoying life. So it was my grandmother who was pressured to go and pay. And then after she paid, she was like, it's like I'm buying this child. I'm going with him. So she took me, I think, at a very young age, maybe 1 year or 2 years. Because as I was growing up, I'm just seeing my grandmother's face. I did not grow up with my mother. I did not really know my mother. She just used to come visit me, or maybe I go for holidays. There was never, I'm telling you, like I spent a year with my mother. Yeah, until she passed on. So all I knew who was my mother, my grandmother was just my mother. So now, back to the lady, my uncle's sister.
Yes.
So now this lady is now saying, no, your mom is my cousin, and me and her were close to each other. So I was there when she was at her deathbed, and she told me I must promise her that I must take care of
the children.
Of the children. Yeah, we are 3 at my mother's side, and then she's like, I'm human. I couldn't. I was at the position where I am. I'm unable to take all the 3 children and take care of them. But you came to Windu, and I'm here, so I have to make sure. So that lady, she just told me that on the day of my graduation. I didn't understand, but when I already knew her as from my child. I just knew that there's a lady called, her name is Laini. Called me Laini and Windhoek. There's a lady there, but I did not know how close she was to my mother and what. And also, as I said, they're also related to my father somewhere. And my father is this likable person. He talks and he's very funny. So people love him. So he was just like my uncle. She was also like happy to see me, and she's like, I'm just taking you in. And when I started staying with my friend, she was so not happy with me staying with my friend. So she always called me like, must come. And even when I was with my uncle, he always just come spend there, maybe even a month with me. So, and for me, in my mind, okay, I stayed with my uncle. It was all cool. But for me, in my mind, I'm like, the aunties in Windhoek. You had stories
of the aunties in Windhoek.
In Windhoek where they have children, and like, you don't touch this, you don't touch this, you don't do this, you don't do this. But for her, she was just like, come. Sometimes she just call you, where are you? I'm at school. Okay, you are at school, pass by before you go home. Then you pass by, and then you are there, and then it's like, you're not going today. You check, you stay there for 2 weeks. So at that time now, when I was staying with my friend, my best friend now, she would just call me like, just come. And she used to travel out with works. She had two girls. And she'll be like, you must come and stay with
the girls.
With your siblings. Come and stay with your siblings. I'm traveling out. She can also go for a month, and I would just stay there. So I call her my mom now. Because even when she doesn't like, I notice, when I say auntie, I'm your mom. So we just developed that relationship, and she made sure I was not discriminated and stuff like that. Sometimes you show up most without making an appointment, notifying them, and then she will, for example, just come from work with 2 pies. That's an example. She comes with a lot of things. Maybe 2 pies for the 2 girls, and then she finds out you are also home. And she's like, okay, we must just share them
Equally.
Yeah. Now these were two young. One was in pre-primary school. Another one was just in grade 4. So it's Ndeshi and Kaduks.
Oh.
Ndeshi was just in grade 4 or 5 by then. This one was just in pre-primary. So, and then I'm in university and we are sharing a pie with the kids. So she make me feel like a child, man. Somehow I wasn't comfortable, but she made sure that I felt at home, and yeah, now I'm so attached to her, and I developed these relationships with most of the time. I'm just, if I'm not at my friend's house,
Yeah, with
I'm with
your mother now.
I'm with my mom, and we grew up like that. So now, all along, she has been doing things. She also paid for my school at some points, and yeah, when I don't have food, because also my friend used to travel out with work again, and I don't work. I'm just a student. I just stay there, and you cannot really. That guy is just my age, also, just that he works. You cannot really rely on him to buy you food and what. Sometimes you hustle, you buy your own food. So this is the woman that would call now. Did you eat today, Shiveli?
Yeah.
Or what? Do you have food? You must come and
get some food.
Yeah, or just come and cook with your with the girls and stuff like that. At some points, you just come. I'm not around, and so I literally raised these girls. That's my journey now as a student in Windhoek, and that's my family now. My mom.
Yes.
And the girls.
Yes.
And now my uncle. So for my uncle, when I didn't tell you this, when I went to my friend, now my uncle, I told my uncle.
Yeah.
Like I went 2014 December, I went to the north. That time I was reconnecting now with my father also. So I went to the north, Kotapi. When I came back, I'm like, no, uncle, I spoke to my friend and I'm moving in with my friend. And I go, no, that's not what I meant. What I meant was like, make a plan. You and Gabriel, make a plan so that, sorry, man.
I took a copy from your graduation day, Moss. And I asked the question of, on your graduation day, who was there? And how was your feeling? Yeah, and how was that day like for you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Graduation day. Okay, graduation day. My father came all the way from the north.
Yeah.
Okay. So he came. He took me to safari. So with all that was going on at the beginning, after high school and going to, I worked hard just to reconnect.
Yes.
Okay? My uncle assisted me, and we reconnected, and he was also proud. And also as I grew up, I came to understand. I just put myself in his shoes. I'm diverting from the question, but I'm coming back there.
Yes.
I imagine he had me as a firstborn when he was 27.
Wow.
And he's someone who never proceeded to
school.
To university. And also the fact that he was not working. So I understood a lot of things. So when I grew up, because also like I did the course that related to psychology, and they taught us a lot of things. So
social issues,
understanding the human behaviors and stuff like that. So I came to understand, and like it's okay. So we reconnected. He came. He was so proud, and it was my father. Okay, and this cousin of mine that is so close to my heart, Tuli Ameni. So it's Tuli Ameni was representing the mother. In 2018, because the mother is my father's eldest sibling. I just came to meet her also when I came to Windhoek. Those aunties that stayed in Windhoek, and she loved me so much. So at some point she also continued, like 2017, before I got my result, my final result, to say that I passed and I'm graduating. She's the one that paid off the last 700. So now she was not there anymore. She passed on in 2017. That's the same year also that she paid. Yeah, she passed on. So now the last born is to come and represent her now. So it's safari. I went with my father and
your cousin,
and that cousin of mine. So yeah, but then the main day
we'll talk from your graduation, and then atui po nito ko iloga, and then atui ni what was the biggest lesson that you learned, and then the final conclusion.
Okay.
Now let's get into the party.
So now my father came, was present. My mom was also present. My uncle was like, I did what I had to do. Congratulations. You can just go ahead and have your party. Yeah. And because my uncle like assisting people, but he
does not
doesn't,
like.
he doesn't show it. He doesn't show off. Yeah. And then I remember my sister was also there now because it was getting emotional. My best friend was also there. Yeah, Lysias was also there. I remember Mr. Libertine gave me a present of a photo shoot.
Oh,
Yeah, Libertine is her sister.
yeah, my big sister.
So I went with my best friend also for the photo
Oh,
shoot, and he was also present there.
oh,
And then we made it at the party was done at my aunt's, the late one,
Yeah.
my Sarah's house.
yeah,
Tuli's mother.
yeah.
So now that's when now my mom revealed now that I've been taking care of you like this because it's a promise that
I made to your
I made to your
mother.
mother. Yeah, and I did not know, so it got me emotional also, and I
Yeah.
didn't cry.
Ah, you did, Kapia. Okay, Kapia. I want us to get into the journey of you finding your job.
Okay, I started looking for a job like while I was a student already
Yeah.
before I graduated because this hustles. I did a lot of things to my own like small
Okay.
businesses here and there, but
Yeah.
looking for I needed a formal job
Yes.
where the finances is
It's going to be
guaranteed.
stable.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then it was hard. One thing that made it hard, I think, is the course, the field of study that I chose.
Public.
Yeah, I really don't regret doing public management, but the understanding that I had when I was applying,
Yeah.
I think it was wrong, or I was maybe too motivated. I when remember Pahango, when he brought me the forms, he also brought me the prospectus.
Yes. Yes.
And I was reading through, and I checked these science things. I'm not a science person.
Yeah.
And then I checked because now some people were motivating me. You must go and become a teacher and what.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not. I don't want to go.
You don't like
So
teaching.
I saw now public management and public administration, and then they said, possible career. What? You are going to be a what? They said you are going to be a manager of public institution. You are going to be a what like just those big positions,
Yes.
CEOs of companies, town council and what. I'm like, huh?
This is what I want to do.
I'm going for this.
Yeah.
so I went for it with the thing of like when I graduate, just apply CEO positions. Just when I started.
Wow.
Yeah, and I started the truth started coming
revealing
Most of the
itself.
people that are doing it, it's just those that are working already. So it's a course that is done by those that are already in the public service, and for them to now, they have, it's like more of, it's number one is 90% maybe of politics, and it's full of governance. It's just for you to, just teaching you to be a leader or a manager or stuff like that. So now how do you just become, after graduating you become a CEO already? You need 10 years qualification. Now that's where the truth started kicking in when you're applying now. Man, I just want a job as a student.
Yes.
And it's asking me for 10 years experience for me to become a CEO of Pharmacia.
Imagine to become a CEO of Pharmacia.
Yeah, or at least the manager is asked for 10 years and then they put public management, but then like public management is an added advantage. You have to have a master's in what. I'm like, no man, why this? So I've been job hunting like that, and it's not coming. It's not coming at all. And then until I graduated, and then I started now these just hustles now. What have I not done? I remember I still have it, but I'm just not into it anymore. I had this clothing brand. I used to sell t-shirts. They were bringing good money that you cannot save because you are not employed.
Yes.
So just when you are thinking of saving, electricity is going. You need to put on electricity. You need food. You need what. But it rescued me.
Wow.
I did almost everything, man. What have I not done?
Wow.
So I remember, because now I was advising my little ones now.
Yes.
I was advising this. She's I think 22 this year.
Yeah.
The time I was your age, I used to hustle like this and this, because now she's so fine. She's dependent on the mother and stuff like that. but I'm trying, like, she must hustle because it's nice when you work hard for your own money. So for me, while I was job hunting, there was this other company. They just call in people. It's a marketing company.
Okay.
They just call in people, and then they say, today you are going to promote, for example, you are going to promote for Hungry Lion.
Yeah.
You promote for ShopRite, or specifically for Baker's Biscuits, for example,
Yes.
or for Namibia Meals. They just give you information, and then you go stand in the shelves of Namibia Meals there, for example, in Checkers, and then you're
giving the flyers.
giving the flyers. Sometimes there are things that are being won. You are just there facilitating, and they used to pay like 150 per day. That is the little they can pay.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think, like, when we used to promote for Coca-Cola, they used to pay us 250 per day. Now, for that company, they just call you when there's a need, because for them, they have their clients.
Yes.
I think a client will just come through like, no, from this day to this day, we need people to promote for us where. And then they just call you in. They normally just targeted students, because it's like a side hustle, man.
Yes.
So like, they go there sometimes, like for that Coke, I think we did it for 2 weeks, and it was nice money.
Yes.
2 weeks time is 250 per day.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
So it was nice money. So those type of hustles now. And I remember also, Hungry Lion the promotion would run for the whole year.
Oh.
So, but then not every day. Like me, they now used to call me to go promote for, I think, 2 days a week.
Yes.
And it's also a matter of, the people of that company, because we are a lot more. It's also a matter of who is favored.
Oh.
Yeah. A guy would just call those beautiful ladies most.
As well. Yeah, that's a
you are
factor.
just home for 3 months. They didn't call you, and then they will call you in. Mostly they just call you in when there's an urgent need, and then they couldn't get those girlfriends that they need. They want to, they will call you in, and you are not ready. Can you come now? So, so you have to drop whatever you are doing, and then you go stand there.
I understand you, my dear.
You go stand there with the flyers. Now I used to stand in front of that Postmore Street. Hungry Lion.
Yeah.
Handing over flyers now to the people. So, but sometimes it was nice. You can see, like, for the whole month, sometimes you are working.
Yeah.
And then the end of the day, you get more than 750.
Yeah.
So that one is nice. It was better. And it was so not easy, because kind of embarrassing, but it needed courage, because now you see your people that you have graduated with are passing in there. Like, I remember Shopala, my good friend.
Yeah.
He got a job at the court somewhere there.
Yeah.
And then this Melvin, they passed by their white shirts, tucked in. Kapia, you are here, and you are just there with your flyers. Now you are also a graduate, but you are just there. And then other people, man, like, they just passed by, because everyone passed by that most. But you know what
you are doing there.
What you are doing there, yeah. I did a lot. What else did I do? Sometimes I forget the hassles, but I did a lot just to the business wise. I saw some of the things I'm doing, like now, I sell raisins.
Yes.
So yeah, and yeah, one thing that used also to give me money was I used to assist people with their academic assignments.
Yeah.
Because before I graduate, like, I just felt bad in my first year, my second year.
Yeah.
But I think for my second year, I started picking up, and I got the whole picture, and I started understanding. Other people were still failing, and then they would come to me, and I assist them. In 2016, I officially started doing assisting people with their assignments officially, because my friend Olivia forced me, like, no, you passed, as we failed. Teach us how you do it.
Yeah.
And then I started like assisting them, and like, no, you cannot do this for free. We'll start paying you.
Yeah.
I think from 150 charging per assignment 150, and then like people kept coming, and they are passing, and I was just an average student. You don't really get a 70 or an 80, but 58 upward there, and they were passing, and they were just happy. So they started paying me, and I started doing those things, and they started, like, I depended on them. I remember 2018, I graduated in 2019. 2019, I also used to do the order with me. You know, this order
Yes,
with me. I
yes,
used to
yes.
do them a lot, and they used to
Wow.
bring in good money also.
Wow.
So now you combine, do the assignments here and there. You do order with me,
I
and then you do
understand.
these hustles with the person just calling you, please come and promote for us. We need you for 2 days and that. So the combined money, you just end up getting something like really
Yeah.
enough. I managed to dress myself at the
Yes.
level of, you know,
Yes.
I could buy myself sneakers. I could buy myself like
Oh,
cosmetics and stuff like that. And until that was 2019, huh? 2019. Okay,
you are able to dress yourself. You're able to.
yeah, that was 2019.
Yeah.
And then I started making big money in 2019, huh? Because now somewhere there in 2018, I got introduced to Miss Hela Ngifindaka. I don't know who introduced me. No, she just called me. Ah, you are people with assignments, and she was also doing public management and account. And then we had the conversation, and then I started assisting her. Now, when I'm explaining things to her, she's like, "No, you know politics, man. You have a good understanding of politics. I told you most public management is more of
Yes.
politics." And then she was there planning.
Yes.
So and then she picked that I'm good with politics, and then she's like, how about we work together? Because that 2020 there was another elections. How about we work together? So at first I started off like she would, I don't know how she does it, but then politicians will request for, like when they go and present, sometimes they just had no idea what to present in the parliament. So I started writing motions for them, writing motions for them, and then they go and present. And then we start, when the elections approach, we sign a contract that I assist her. Now we were campaigning for, we were managing the campaign. We were like more political consultants. I told you there's nothing
I didn't do.
So I was also into photography.
Wow.
So I had that experience of photography. I used to go and live stream now when they are launching their manifestos.
Yes.
I contributed to some of them's manifestos, yeah, with my ideas. And there were an issue of independent candidate mushrooming most,
Yes.
especially in the regional councils. I wrote the manifestos of 3 of them.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 independent councillors, 3 of them. And that one was just my side, and I made good money out of that. I was like a consultant. So that was 2020, né?
Yes.
At the end there now, like elections they are in November. Elections were in November.
Yes.
Somewhere when we are approaching November, at the end of October there, I got a job. It was an abattoir in Oshakati. So I got a good deal of becoming a marketing officer of that abattoir. It was a nice abattoir because the plan was to be exporting beef outside the country. So I'm like, I understand this contract that we have and whatnot, this struggle, but I'd rather go and secure a formal job.
Yes.
So I worked with her, and she's a good political campaign. She's a good businesswoman. That one. Yeah. So I got a job.
Yes, in Oshakati.
Yeah, in Oshakati. It was a tender that was run by the Namibian government, man. So because that abattoir was for Mitco.
Yes.
Mitco made the report that they are making a loss. So I don't know, maybe they were waiting to pay. It was in the newspapers. Some criticism are saying they were avoiding to pay tax to the government. Some are saying, yeah, they were just not making profit because I don't know, the cattle maybe and the value of the cattle this side of the red line and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they couldn't make profit. They had to close. And then the government was now saying, here is the abattoir with all the equipment and stuff like that. If there's anyone who wants to come in and take over the role of Mitco, maybe if you believe you're going to make profit, it's like a tender that was given.
Oh.
Yeah. So now these Namibians came in. When they came in, one of them was my uncle. Remember the one who bought for me those in grade 12 months when I was
the excellent things.
Yeah. Yeah, he was actually one of the people that inspired me because I'm also a writer. I like writing. So he used to write those tenders. Most of the times I stick around during holidays and I assisted him writing, and then he guided me from like he's just to tell you, he's a poet, ne?
Yes.
And one of his books is the one that we used in grade 12.
Wow.
What book was that? There's a book, books of poems that we used in grade 12.
Yes.
Yeah, he's an author. So he writes those tenders. He even writes for the people. Then they win, like proposals, most convincing proposals.
Yes.
So he won that one now with others.
Wow.
And then he's like, okay, you graduated, you did public management and stuff like that. And that time I also registered for I was a hustler.
Business,
I registered for my business management honors.
Oh.
I was just into it, busy into it. Finished my first semester. I couldn't register for the second semester, and then they called me and they were like, with that public management qualification and this small background of business management qualification, just come and then you start off as a
marketing officer.
Marketing officer, yeah. You just work under the supervision of marketing manager.
Yes.
So I went there. Now since they just applied and then they got it, the tender, they don't have funds. Yeah. So they were working with this Chinese now. Chinese will put in the funds and then Namibians will run the things. So it was a nice job. Yeah, it was really a nice job. But then I think somewhere it just worked for 20 for a month, 28 months. Okay. Because it was just starting off nice, and then we got certification of like exportation. Yes. And I think maybe those agreements between now them, the Namibians and the Chinese, was not getting anywhere. Yeah. They were push and pull, so they started retrenching people. They just went to the break, like, due to this we are still reaching an agreement. Just go home, we'll call you back. Oh. They never called us back. Okay. So, but then, they never called us back. But then the good thing about them, I think 6 or 7 months ahead, they just kept paying us also for being at home. Wow. So that was 2021. I think I went home 2021 in July. And then from there, I've been just home doing my business. I think I went to continue with my honors. Yeah. Going to school. And then I continued with these businesses, different types of businesses. Yes. And then they were also giving me that salary. Yeah. So 2020 until the January 2022. January 2022, that's when they stopped. And then now I was there. Jobless again, and now I was getting depressed because now it was a lot of work. I used to receive most. You know, when you used to receive a monthly salary, now it's not there anymore. Okay. So I started like getting depressed and stuff like that. But then I prayed, my dear. So I started praying. I even found this this pastor. I started following his Bible studies. He does good biblical studies, and he shared like a good word. My cousin introduced me to him, so I used to watch it online. And I started praying in the way that he's teaching. Yeah. And I saw things I can't even, because I think the thing that caught me, it was the topic. It was like, it's a difference between hope, and what? There was hope and what? Hope and faith, or hope and trust. It was something like that, the difference. And then I followed it. And when you have hope, is like, we must not be hopeful, we must at least have faith. Yeah, that's between hope and faith. So, and then I followed the way he's praying, and then the way he's explaining, it makes so much sense. That when you have faith, things are likely to happen. When you have faith in God, God does not like someone who does not trust him. Yes. God does not like someone who doubt him. If you have faith, things will just happen. And I'm like, okay, let me try this. So I'm like, okay, I was just like trying it out. Yes. But with whole of hope, like, yes, I'm going to try this. At least I think I was in February, beginning of February. Yeah. I want beginning of March, I'm having a job. Yeah. Yeah. And then I started praying, and then fasting, and just like believing, man. Like, yes, I know I'm going to have a job. Like, yes. But then I was just trying it out. Yes. So it's funny, man. My friend just told me, Did you update your
CV?
He said, still, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that time I think I went back to him. I was staying with him again.
Yes.
Did you update not the CV? Do you have those CS or something like that where you it's a government portal and under the government Ministry of Labor, I think, where you upload your CV and then people will look for you.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
There is a portal where you upload your qualifications there. You must do it.
I should.
You just update your CV, you put it there, and then those people, Ministry of Labor, Poverty Eradication and Labor, I think is the same thing. I think so. Ministry of Labor will go through, and then they will check. They will check your CV, and then if there is a job, they will just call you for an interview, even if you don't apply. Sometimes they put all the not only the government posts or
positions.
Sometimes those private agency also advertise there. You can also apply there.
Okay.
Yeah. So my friend just told me, no, did you update? And I'm like, the last time I used those thing, I think it was in 2017.
Yeah.
Then you must update because Hafeni got a job at the Ministry of Environment. Hafeni is the same Hafeni.
Yeah.
He got a job at the Ministry of Environment
through the same.
Yeah. He just updated them like, okay. And then I updated it. I think just a week, I got a call from them.
Wow.
There is an internship opportunity. Must we give the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of what? Must we give your CV? I'm like, yes. And I'm like, oh, this thing is working. This thing is working. So, and I continued praying. Now I'm motivated most. So, and then maybe they gave my CVs. And then I think after 2 days or so, I got a call from Ministry of Finance. They didn't say you are being called for an interview or something. They just said you are appointed.
Wow.
Yeah, you are appointed. We went through your CV and with this qualification and stuff, you are appointed. Come in and do your internship. It's a paid internship. I'm like, okay. So I remember I started on the 14th of February. It was Valentine's Day.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't we see how prayers works.
Yes.
I was hoping to get a job, like by faith. I was like, I'm getting a job in 1st of March.
Yes.
But then I started in the
February
the same month.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why me and God.
You are so
don't talk nonsense about God. About God, because I know how great He is. So I started at the Ministry of Finance. I was working for medical aid. So as an intern, somehow I was but that time my faith was on fire. I don't know how I even ended up. My fellow interns, they were all grouped in one office, but me, I got my own office.
Wow.
Up there.
Wow.
It looked like an SEO, and I was happy.
Right.
So yeah, I worked there. I gained some of the experience.
Wow.
And then for some reason, I was never called for a government job interview.
Okay.
But for some reason, ever since I started working there, they started calling me for interviews.
Okay.
Started calling me for interviews. The first interviews was for a position in the Ministry of Finance. And then I started getting a lot of interviews, and it was just around Windhoek for that matter. Yeah. Home Affairs, I attended
one interview.
No, it was not one. It was like I think around 8 written interviews, and then I went for 3 oral interviews.
Wow.
And it was so challenging because I think those written interviews, every time you go there, my dear, it's more than 100 people.
Oh.
It's more than 100 people. I remember the last one where they were looking for 4 people. For the 4 people, we were more than 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I made it to an oral, and then they said no. You have to go through a vetting because Home Affairs must sensitive.
Oh.
You have to go through a vetting which will take apparently up to 6 months, and I was so discouraged. Yeah, but I stayed at
the position of the intern.
Yeah, it was so nice. They used to pay me. I was thankful for that amount.
Yes.
But what I was thankful for is I had access to to internet and free printing and stuff. So I used to like now print out my applications and apply. I kept applying, and I also met great people through working there. And I assisted a lot of people also with their medical aids, and I'm happy about that. Yeah, because sometimes you assist people and you can see
that is change.
Yeah, they are happy. And when someone say God bless you to me, especially an elderly person, so and then they just gave me a 6-month contract, and then I worked there for 18 months, so they kept
renewing it,
and then it ended in 2023.
Wow.
2023 somewhere in May.
Wow.
Yeah, they ended it, and then I was back to
now finding
again, and I just continued praying.
Yes.
I didn't worry much. So May 2023.
Yeah.
May, June, July. I just didn't get the salary in July. In June, August, I got a formal job again at the Ministry of Finance. I'm not Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Home Affairs.
Okay.
So it was nice because during those 2 months again, I did not really suffer financial depression because I think I was doing great, man. With my business, I used to get also a lot of money. Like even when I was at finance, I even stayed late at work
to do your work,
to do my own personal work. Yeah, I could leave an office after 10 day. I like being in the office and work because it's quiet there, and I used to get money like that. Amount that they pay me at the finance was nothing compared to the amount of money that I used to make for my businesses. It was just an addition, and I was just grateful that I was in the system and I was assisting the people and I was gaining experience. So after that, those 2 months, I did not feel anything because that amount did not mean much. So I was even willing to go back to finance just to assist them after my contract is ended, just to assist them for free. Yeah, because I wrote them a letter. Just if you need me to freelance, I can do that. But I was good with my business. But then again, I got the job within 2 months. So yeah, that was last year, August.
Yes.
Here I am.
Yes.
And I'm happy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think your journey was, oh my God, one with definitely a lot of experience, one with lots of challenges, but you overcome. I feel it brought you in a place, maybe I would say clarity, peace in a way, because you really went it was a lot of hurdles.
Yeah.
From not knowing your family to knowing your family members in Windhoek. I think those are some of the blessing in disguise that you got to learn. Though suffering is not really what we want people to go through, but yeah, maybe in your final words, what message do you have for someone who now could be experiencing the same thing, something similar, maybe whether it's having family members who are always there, especially mother and father who are not really there through other people, but not maybe there fully, and someone who is looking for a job right now in Namibia or in Africa, what would you say to them?
All I'm saying is have faith, and don't give up, and you must try. You must try. They say blessings don't come to a person that is just still not doing anything. You have to try. There's a psalm that I forgot, man. That psalm is saying, and bless the what? And bless the work of my hands. It's a psalm of Moses. It's a psalm of Moses. And it's like, bless the works of my hands. So for God to bless you, you have to be doing something. Then He will bless. So that the work that you are doing. Yeah. If you
doesn't matter what type, you should do something.
If you want, for example, if you want a loan to fund your business. Apply for a loan. Don't sit there and wait for a loan to fall. If you want sponsorship, for example, like for this, apply. Knock the doors. Don't sit and wait for the sponsors to say we are looking for. So it's like we have faith in God, and you must try. Do something. Try. If you want God to help you to pass, you must study. It's like you are doing something. You cannot just sit and then wait for examination to go and write. So I'm saying they must not give up hope or faith. They must have faith, and then they must work hard, and God will bless them. And one thing I noticed, there is always someone who will come for you. Even when there are 10,000 people who don't believe in you, there's always one or two that will be sent your way by God. Yeah.
Yes. That's it. That's it for this heart-to-heart conversation. I believe it was really, really heart-to-heart. And I'm so grateful. I think now I even know you better. I know you escalated,
Yeah.
So I want to say thank you so much for sharing with us your very beautiful. It was like a life of a caterpillar coming out of a cocoon, and I feel like now you are at a place where it's more like a butterfly. And I'm glad that is your testimony.
Yeah. And then I think as life goes on, more testimonies are coming, man.
Yes.
I must also maybe say,
yes,
we, sometimes we find ourselves in the position where we need to motivate others, or where others, you can see that the person lost hope, man, and you are in that position to motivate the person. When you are able to assist the person, just assist the person.
Yes.
You must give love, show love. If you are able to mend a broken heart, just do it.
Wow.
Yeah, just do it. Let's give hope
to others.
To others when they require it. It might not look so important, but it means a lot. One day I literally gave up, and I was just doing things for the sake of doing. I remember my aunt forced me to go and take my CV to, what is this? APS. And then now I was so lucky, like my uncle used to make copies for me and other cousins also. So I went to pick the copies for my uncles now. And I didn't have hope at all. So my uncle came, gave me my copies. I had to go and submit. And as I walked away, he just texted me. I received a text like, "Boy, are you fine? You look demoralized. Don't give up. Don't give up." Like, it seems so simple, but then I read it and I just felt like,
uplifted again.
Yeah, I got uplifted again. So if I like sending people this good morning text, have a nice day, be strong, what if you're going through, like those, they look so simple, but I know they can mean a lot to a person. Sometimes if you're not going through a thing and then you receive it, you'll be like, okay, thank you. But there's just a person that will be touched by it, and it might just lift up their mood, and whatever they were thinking, maybe if it was bad or if they felt demoralized, they might just gain that courage again.
Yeah. Wow, there you have it from J-Stone.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comment section, share this video with your friends, and keep on impacting life, I believe, so that we can all foster inspiration in all our communities. And I'd like to say thank you again, and let's say goodbye.